Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, and today I am announcing the next round of the Off the Grid Readathon. This is a readathon that I co-host with my friend Shanna, who is a blogger at Bionic Bookworm. She is the brainchild behind this readathon, and when she initially ran it for herself, I totally fell in love with this idea. So we are bringing it to you for another round. If you are new to the Off the Grid Readathon, the only thing that you have to do for this readathon is read. Ooh, what a concept. So basically, the whole idea of this readathon is for 3 days, for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The idea is to put aside your phone, chuck Twitter right out the window, you get rid of all distractions of technology and just read, because I'm sure you guys have the same problem as myself and Shanna. Once you get on Twitter, it's really hard to go ahead and put that down and pick up your book. So the idea behind this readathon is to just read. Get back into the swing of reading, give yourself a little bit of boost for the month. If you're doing another readathon like the Reading Rush or any of those other readathons that may or may not be happening at the same time, you can do this as well. This will just help you continue on with your reading for that readathon and help you achieve your goals. So it's a total win-win. So the Off the Grid Readathon is running from the 17th to the 19th of July. So that is Friday the 17th at midnight in your time zone. We don't all have to sync up, whatever your time zone is. Starts at midnight and then ends at 11:59 on Sunday the 19th. And again, the whole goal is to just read to your heart's content. You don't have to participate the entire time. You can do this in chunks. As I always say, the very first time this readathon ran, I was wedding dress shopping. I was obviously not reading the entire time, so it's just something you can dip in and out of. Honestly, it's the most relaxed readathon in the world. If you have any questions, the answer is probably yes, you can do that. And we have just one small change for this round. Usually we don't have any kind of challenges or Twitter sprints or anything like that, but in this particular round, Shanna had the idea to have just the one challenge be read a book by a Black author. It could be a graphic novel, it could be fiction, it could be nonfiction, whatever you want, just read a book by a Black author. Very, very simple. So I have my TBR here. This is a little bit early. I'm filming this on the 7th, so I have 10 days. So this is kind of tentative. I might actually change up my TBR, but at the moment I am planning on reading some manga to maybe boost my numbers for the month, and then I have another book that I'm hoping to start. So the very first book that I'm hoping to read for this readathon is the second volume of The Girl from the Other Side. This is by Suil Ruin. This is a really, really fantastic series. I read the first volume in June and I absolutely loved it. So basically this takes place in a world in which humans are living in these cities with these super high walls completely cut off from the outside, because the creatures that live outside of these walls, called outsiders, are basically cursed, and if they touch you, you will turn into one of these creatures as well. However, we have this little girl, she's very cute, and she lives with one of the outsiders who she calls teacher in the woods, and it's obvious that there's something special about her. This is like the perfect dark fairy tale, and I am so happy to be continuing on with this series. It looks so good. I can't wait to find out what happens next. The first volume ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger. The next book that I am planning to read for the Off the Grid Readathon is the first volume of The Promised Neverland by Kayu Shirai. This takes place in a orphanage, and we follow a few characters, children who have grown up in this orphanage, having a very good life. However, a few of them discover that there's more to the outside world than they initially thought. I don't know a huge amount about this one, but it came highly recommended. I'm really looking forward to reading this. Then the last manga book that I have that I'm planning to read is the second volume of Death Note, and this is by Tsugami Oba. This follows a sort of model student who one day finds a notebook. I feel like I've gone through this a million times. He finds a notebook on the ground. It is a death note, which is the notebook of a Shinigami, a Japanese death god. And basically, lots of rules and restrictions, but if he writes the name of any person in the death note, they will die within 40 seconds. He decides he's going to rid the world of criminals, and it all kind of spirals out of control from there. I loved the first volume, again, which I read in June, and I'm really, really looking forward to picking this one up. And the last book that I have is a novel, and this is To Meet the Challenge, to read a book by a Black author. I have The Shadowed Sun by N.K. Jemisin, the second and final book in the Dreamblood duology. I'm really looking forward to this. I was meant to buddy read it with some friends who we did the first book, The Killing Moon, together. We read that together and it was amazing. But with all of the stuff that happened with Sophia the cat, I sort of got a little bit sidetracked, and I'm hoping to catch up in July and then be able to share my thoughts with them. So this is the book that I'm hoping to get to. This is the one that I don't think I'm going to finish. I'm probably going to finish the others because I can tear through manga really quickly and graphic novels and things like that, but this will take a little bit longer. But I'm really hoping to get a start on this one because I feel like with N.K. Jemisin's books, I have a little bit of trouble initially getting into them because they tend to be quite complex, but once I am into them, I'm totally there. So that is it for this announcement for the Off the Grid Readathon coming up in July. This runs every quarter, so if you're not able to participate in this round, I think the next one is in October, you can go ahead and follow the Twitter account for the Readathon. All the information is linked down below, including Shanna's announcement post. And yeah, we hope to see you there. It's a really fun opportunity to get some reading done, and it gives you a real sense of accomplishment for having, like, put your phone down finally, put Twitter aside, and actually read some stuff like we're all meant to do if we're book bloggers and booktubers. So in the comments below, I would love to know if you are planning on participating in this readathon, if you're planning on participating in any other readathons in July, because July really feels like the month of readathons, and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought. I post bookish content to this channel fairly frequently, so go ahead and hit subscribe, check back soon, and I will see you next time.